Live here on RBC1 is the RSA Open Cup.
Hello and welcome to the Xbox RSA Open Cup first round. We have 48 teams will be involved in this first round, as the teams who went through into this first round for the community rounds did very, very well, and that was 4 teams who did that, and those 4 teams will be in the big leagues with the teams who are in Division 1 and also playing the Premier League will be involved in this round. So we have 48 teams are in this draw, and let me announce to you the teams who will be in this draw. We have Foxford Hares, Hashtag United, Morgan Wolves, Hassenfield Terriers, Tomato Bees, Kings Park Rovers, Grasshoppers United, Sporting Sand Lake, Warenorn, Inter Taloga, Golf, Georgington City, Addis, Padres, Chesapeake Blue Tigers, and the current holders of the RSA Open Cup from last season, Goldfield Boys United. We have Georgington United, Parantos, Los Andreas Pompey, Newport, RB Newport. We have also South Coast Rangers in Division 1. We have Portsburg United, Brookwall, Arsenal Phoenix, D3 Dons, Brighton Cherries, Hillmore United, Hillsborough Albion, Dutch Lions, Hassenfield, New Holland Resolution, Belfast Hotspur, Burford United, Ogan Athletic, New England Town, Clockenham Town, Sunderfield Town, Iceberg Forest, San Fernandez United, Headon FC, Oakford City, Fulham, Barnsley, Charford Wednesday, Brilston United and Brilston Rovers. And the 4 teams who went through the community rounds, we have Parklands, Los Santos City FC, Newport City and Hambridge United. And those teams I just mentioned will be involved in this draw of the 2020-21 RSA Open Cup. And let's get the first round draw underway right now. So the first team will be in this draw, in this this cup competition sponsored by Xbox, Newport City. So Newport City, who play in Division 2 of the RSV Soccer, did very, very well in the community rounds to qualify in the first round. And they'll be playing against D3 Dons. So D3 Dons will take on Newport City, the 2 lower league teams who will be involved in this game against each other. We'll be having as well Parantos, the team who came runners-up of the RSA Open Cup last season. They could have won it, they could have done, but they didn't. But they are playing at home in the first round against New Holland Resolution. So New Holland Resolution will take on Parantos in the RSA Open Cup. Okay, next team we have Inter Taloga, who came second in the Premier League last season, not doing very, very well in the Premier League this season around under Antonio Conte. But they are playing at home, and they are playing against, in the RSA Open Cup, against South Coast Rangers. A derby game between these 2 teams. It's the Southern Derby between Inter Taloga and South Coast Rangers. These 2 teams are local rivals, not far from each other, only a 15-20 minute drive from one city to the other, and that would be a very interesting one indeed in that first round between those 2 Premier League teams and rivals at the same time. And we also have Headon FC. Headon FC playing Division 1 of Division 1 of the RSV's pyramid, and they'll be taken on in this first round draw against Sunderfield Town. So Sunderfield Town will take on Headon in this RSA Open Cup. We also have Polksburg United. So Polksburg United, the team are doing very, very well in the Division 1 league. They are top of Division 1. You know, no one can't stop them this season under their team. Done very, very well throughout that season so far. The top of the Division 1 could end up being promoted to the Premier League next season. And they're up against, in this first round, against Dutch Lions. So Dutch Lions who play in the Division 1, the same league as Polksburg. And those two will play each other in the first round of the RSA Open Cup. We have Arsenal and Phoenix. The Arsenal and Phoenix, who are also fighting for that place, try to return back into the Premier League from obviously being relegated last season. And Phoenix will have a match in the RSA Open Cup against Fulham SC. Fulham SC will be in the match with Arsenal and Phoenix. Now we'll have another game. Will be drawn on the hat. We'll have Barnsley FC. So Barnsley FC, who will be in this game, they did very, very well to get promoted from Division 2 to Division 1. A little club like Barnsley who play in the city of Georgetown, but in the outskirts of Georgetown. And they're up against San Fernandez United. Two teams in the same league as each other will play each other in that round. So, we'll be going into the next match of the RSA Open Cup. We have Georgetown City. The Georgetown City, who actually reached all the way to the semi-finals last season of this competition. Doing very, very well in the Premier League they are at the moment, in second place, trying to catch up to United in the table. But who could they play in the first round of this competition? Let's have a look what Mourinho's team will play up against. They're up against Chester Blue Tigers. What a match! Woohoo! What a match in the first round of the RSA Open Cup. Two big teams in the Premier League. Georgetown City are playing Chester Blue Tigers. Klopp versus Mourinho. And Royce versus Messi and Maradona as well. And that'll be a very interesting game that's going to be. And that'll be a TV game, definitely, that's going to be in the RSA Open Cup. But who will split those two teams? You never know. But Hillsborough Albion will be involved in this RSA Open Cup. And they'll be taking on Padres Impact. So Padres Impact versus Hillsborough Albion, and that'll be a very, very good game that perhaps will be between those two teams. We'll also have Foxford Hares SC. Foxford Hares, their first time they've been in the top division of the Premier League for like quite some time actually, under the manager of Tony Yeboah, doing a very good job he's doing, trying to keep them in the league. It's very tough for a team who got promoted from last season from Division 1 to be in the Premier League. Another step up in the pyramid. But however, they're going to be up against, in the RSA Open Cup, against Georgetown United. That's a big one, a big game for Foxford. They've got to play in the same league as them, Georgetown United, the team who are top of the Premier League currently under Mauricio Pochettino. And his first game as manager in this competition will be against Foxford, so that'll be interesting. So we also have involved in this cup competition RB Newport, Red Bull Newport. RB Newport, Ralph Hasenhutl's team, and they'll be up against, perhaps in this round of the RSA Open Cup, sponsored by Xbox, against Morgan Wolves. And Morgan Wolves are not doing very well in the Premier League. They are rock bottom of the Premier League. Haven't won a match this season, and they're only drawn 3 games. And Ranieri came in after the departure of Nico Kovac. Nothing's really going on, but gone bad to worse for Morgan Wolves, and probably perhaps lose another game in the RSA Open Cup against a team in the same league as RB Newport. But anything can change by January. Got Iceberg Forest. So Iceberg Forest, the team who play at the higher north of the RSV, and they're in Division 1, a team who always wants to survive at least Division 1 division, not avoiding going down to the Division 2. But they've got to play against Coffingham Town FC, and this team are a very historic team. This team are doing very, very well in the Division 1 league, Coffingham Town SC. They are fourth in Division 1, and they could perhaps be ended up qualifying them and getting themselves promoted, perhaps, you never know, to the Premier League. And the manager, their young manager, doing a very good job. He's been there for a long time, he's been as a manager at this team, trying to grow them up from a lower league team up to the Premier League team. That would be a historic moment for them. You never know what happens. They're doing very well in Division 1 in 4th position, but they've got to play Iceberg Forest. We have Sporting Sun Lake. So Sporting Sun Lake, and they are playing at home. A Premier League side have been drawn in the hat at home at Lakeside Stadium. And they'll be taking on Brightmouth Cherries. So Brightmouth Cherries, who are 5th in Division 1, trying to be the candidates to try and get promoted into the Premier League for next season. But trying to get back and where they belong. And it'll be tough for their manager, of course. But anyways, next drawn in the hat, we have Goldfield Boys United, the defending holders of this competition. Last year, Goldfield were the champions of the RSA Open Cup, beat Parantos in the final at the Soccer City Stadium. But can they perhaps win again this trophy, perhaps at the end of this season, perhaps for the second time straight? That'll be a question to be asked, but they're up against here Ogun Athletic. That'll be a very easy game for Goldfield to play against. Ogun Athletic, and that'll be interesting for them to try and beat them. I think that'll be an easy game anyway. Definitely they will be. They'll really coast that game in definite. But we also have here hashtag United. Don't forget to hashtag it. Hashtag United. And hashtag United do play their first season in the Premier League for the first time in their history, and they're a very growing team under their manager Jay DeVue and Spencer Owen, who owns hashtag United. And hashtag I'm going to draw in the hat against Belfast Hotspur. Belfast Hotspur, the team who were a Premier League side many years back, and they're playing them. They're a Division 1 team. So they are going to be playing them, one league below them. They did play them last season, actually, to be fair, but hashtag were the one who beat them 4-2 the last time they played each other last season. But we also have here Kings Park Rovers, Julian Nagelsmann's Kings Park Rovers. They picked up another win on the weekend against Morgan Wolves. And we know that we're in the Christmas break we are in, of course. No matches going on this week as we're in Boxing Day. But very good win they had on last weekend against Morgan Wolves. And they're trying to get themselves away from the relegation zone under their new manager, Julian Nagelsmann. I hope they actually do survive, because they are got a good team. But they're up against England Town SC. England Town SC. That's going to be a very interesting game. England Town SC versus Kings Park Rovers. That'll be probably an easy game for Kings Park Rovers to perhaps win against. So we also have our next team is going to be Tominito Bees. So Tominito Bees. The Bees are going to be taken on in the RSA Open Cup. Charlie Taylor's team. Been alright, of an okay season they've had already. But they're up against the Grasshoppers United. They're both in the same league as each other in the Premier League, and they both will be playing each other in the RSA Open Cup next month on the 22nd or 23rd of January, or 21st, or depending what around at that time. So we've got pretty much a month to go, or a month or a bit more, till this first rounds will begin. We have Hillsmore United. Hillsmore United, who are not doing okay in Division 1. They're not. They're like near relegation. They actually were a Premier League team once upon a time, but a couple seasons back. But now they are struggling in that league. But they'll be up against here, against Brookwall FC. Brookwall doing alright in Division 1. They're actually a growing team. 7th place they're in Division 1. They're trying to push into that third and second place, into that playoff position, or try and get promoted perhaps. But they're doing alright season. 5 wins straight they had, Brookwall SC, who play in Newport City. They play actually on the east side of Newport City. Very violent team. Brillston Rovers. So Brillston Rovers, and they'll be playing at home. Semi-finalists they were in this competition way back in 2014, and they'll be up against in this game against Charlford Wednesday. So Charlford Wednesday versus Brilston Rovers. A very good game between those two teams. And then we've got another draw in the hat. We'll draw that one in a minute. We have Addis Gunners. So Addis Gunners, one of the contenders that perhaps may win this whole competition. They're at home. And they're at home against Addis will play Los Santos City FSC. Los Santos Islands they're playing actually in outside of Westphalia. That'll be a good trip for this lower league team. They're in the non-league division. They're in Los Santos, a growing big stature of a team, and they've got Addis, very big for them. That'll be on TV definitely. So in our next game, we have in the draw of the RSA Open Cup, Parklands SC. Parklands SC, who play in the regional leagues of the RSA, or the lower non-leagues of grassroots soccer, and they are playing at home. They're up against in this round. They made it all this way from the Premier League rounds from this year to try and get in this first round proper. And this will be a very huge draw. And they're up against Warenord. What a draw it really is! Warenord versus Parklands SC, a team who plays in the regional leagues of the RSA in the 6th tier, grew themselves, winning every game, trying to be in the last four to try and get into the first proper round, and they've actually done that. Parklands are playing Warenord, and that'll be a big game. That'll be on television, definitely on RBC. And we also have here Los Andreas Pompey. Los Andreas Pompey had a right start, mid-table team there in the Premier League, and they're up against in this matchup. Pompey will take on. They really want to try and get something this competition, maybe win a trophy and maybe qualify for the Europa League, maybe perhaps. But they go against Hassenfield Terriers. These two teams played each other last year in this competition, in this first ever round, and they have to go for a replay after the draw they had. But it'll be Hassenfield versus Los Andreas Pompey. We actually got now at least. We got here Burtford United, who play in Division 1, and Burtford United, and they'll be playing Burtford United will play Oakford City. Oakford City. So Oakford City versus Burtford United. And the team will get a bye into the second round of the RSA Open Cup. We know that Brentford last season got a bye into the second round, but now we've got another bye into the this round. And who that team will be? Hambridge United. And Hambridge United will get a bye into the second round of the RSA Open Cup due to the fact that the team we mentioned in this draw apparently abandoned themselves away from this competition. But let me announce to you the team, shall we? We have Newport City versus Dietrich Dons, Parantos versus New Holland Resolution, Inter Taloga versus South Coast Rangers, Hackney versus Sunderfield Town SC, Hawksburg United versus Dutch Lions, Arsenal Phoenix versus Fulham. We also have Barnsley versus South Flanders United, and also we'll have Georgington City versus Tesco Blue Tigers. What a game that will probably be. And we also have Hillsborough and Albion versus Cadbury's Impact, Foxton Hares versus Georgington United, RB Newport versus Northern Wolves, Iceberg Forest versus Copperton Town FC. What a game that'll be. And also Sporting Sand Lakes versus Brighton Cherries, the defending champions of the RSA Open Cup, Goldfield Boys United. They're up against Oban Athletic. Hashtag United versus Belfast Hotspur, Kings Park Rovers versus England Town SC, Speedway Bees versus Grasshoppers, Hillmore United versus Brookwall SC, Brixton Rovers versus Charlford Wednesday, Addis Gunners versus the team who are in the 4th division is Los Santos SC, and also Parkland, one of the lowest ranked in this competition, who play in the 6th tier of Republican soccer and grassroots soccer, and they're up against Warenord. That'll be a very interesting game. The team who won the Premier League last season. And also lost on Grove Pompey versus Hassonfield Terriers, and also got Burtford United versus Oakland City, and Hambridge United will get a bye into the second round of the RSA Open Cup in February. And that's all we have time for here today of the RSA Open Cup, sponsored by Xbox. And have a good Christmas, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And we'll see you in January when these teams square off against each other. Thank you very much, and goodbye.